So for today's news, an adult-only cruise operating for a brand new adult-only cruise line has been seized by a government less than a month before it was supposed to launch. We will go over the details of that. Also, unfortunately, there has been a crew member that has gone overboard on an MSC cruise ship. By the way, I don't know when all of you fine folk will be watching this video. Today is currently June 14th. I am on Margaritaville at Sea's brand new cruise ship, the Islander, and unfortunately the Wi-Fi is not the greatest among a couple other things, which I will be making a full-fledged, honest review about once this cruise has concluded. So whenever you guys see this video, know that I finally was able to get it uploaded, and here you go. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the news. So it does appear that we may either be watching a major delay or the potential end of an adult-only cruise line before it even got started. About a week ago, I told you about a brand new adult-only cruise line known as Neon X. It's supposed to be kind of like I believe, an EDM rave cruise with celebrity DJs, 7 to 10 celebrity DJs on every single cruise with big names like Steve Aoki and so many more. The ship in question here that is currently dealing with this conundrum that has been seized by the Italian government is known as Goddess of the Night, initially built in the year 2004, formerly known as the Costa Magica. By the way, if you notice with Costa, they've been selling a lot of cruise ships. This ship that I'm on was also a Costa ship. Carnival has 3 Costa ships. They have been on the move. Nevertheless, this ship was bought by Neon X this year and was set to be refitted and remodeled and renovated and all that jazz before its launch in mid-July. However, prior to that, there was an event known as the G7 Summit. Maybe you've heard of it, a bunch of government people gathering around. This ship was supposed to house over 2,000 Italian security officers, and when they got on board, they didn't exactly like what they saw. In a weird way, this is going to be classified, in my opinion, as a form of self-snitching, because this ship has been classified by the Italian officers that were on board this past week as a dirty ship, citing that it was unsanitary and unlivable conditions because there were broken pipes, there were floods in certain rooms, the toilets weren't working, the ship was just downright dirty, and they were planning on using this dirty ship to have this rave party for years to come, which I guess it's a rave, you know, it's get a little messy. If you've ever been to a rave, there's all types of, well, illegal contraband and fluids and everything else flying all over the place. So it makes sense. However, the problem is they got government involved and they weren't too happy with what they saw. At this point in time, there has been no confirmation whatsoever as far as what is to become of Goddess of the Night. Will it launch in mid-July and have all the celebrity DJs on board, or will there be a delay, or will the company crumble altogether? Do keep in mind that this company is a subsidiary of Jets. I believe it is the largest ferry company in all of the Greece area, so maybe they'll be able to work it out. The ship was set to undergo some more renovations over in Turkey prior to the big launch, so maybe it will happen, maybe it won't, but I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it, and should that ship actually launch, I do plan on going over to Greece at some point to check it out. Also, for our next story, another quick update. Most of you have probably heard by now. However, there is a lesson or something that I want all of you to remember that I want to attach to this at the end of this video. On June 10th, there was a crew member that was working on board the MSC Musica cruise ship. The ship was initially launched in 2004, holds 2,100 passengers at full capacity, and it is currently completing sailings over in the Mediterranean. On June 10th, the ship had just left the Civitavecchia area that's over by Rome when a crew member went overboard. Emergency services were immediately dispatched from helicopters to boats. However, they were unsuccessful at finding the crew member. Something that is often said about these man overboard situations is that nobody just falls off of a cruise ship. While articles have not confirmed exactly what has happened, there are usually 3 scenarios. Either it was an intentional jumping off of the cruise ship, there was foul play involved when somebody pushed the crew member over, or it is a mistake in which maybe he was on the railing and there was actually an accident that may have potentially taken place. Nevertheless, most people do know the most likely scenario. I'm not saying this crew member jumped. However, I do want to use this situation to remind all of you that during this summer, the crew members that are working on board cruise ships are absolutely stressed. And for a guest or anybody out there that is connecting with them and talking with them, you can make their day a lot better, but you can also make their day a lot worse. As I'm currently sailing on board the Margaritaville at Sea Islander right now, I have seen a lot of angry guests that have been berating and insulting and yelling at crew members, and it's stuff like that that does hurt them emotionally and to the point to where they could mentally just kind of detach to the point to where they can do something such as jump off of a cruise ship. Obviously, we have no idea what happened with this crew member on board the MSC Musica. It is extremely tragic because he has not been found. We can assume, unfortunately, the worst. I do give my sincere condolences to the friends, family, and loved ones. I just want to remind all of you that you have no idea get what somebody is going through. This crew member could have been going through something at home or even something on board the ship. All I'm asking is that if you are taking a cruise this year as a passenger, please, especially during the summertime when it's peak season and there are new ships launching and the crew members are stressed and they're missing home, try to be as nice and professional with them as possible. Ask them how their day is going, tip them well, get some information out of them that makes them feel like a human and not just a worker for you and somebody that's just going to tend to your every beck and call, because it's not right. That's what I have for today's video. Of course, hit that like on your way out, subscribe if you haven't already. Know as usual, I love and appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Take it easy.